All right, guys. Today I wanted to talk about something that a lot of highly successful people operate with, and that is basically controlled delusion. It's not mental illness. It's more like refusal to internalize doubt. So, your brain cannot process everything. So it filters based on what you believe is possible, what you expect, and what you focus on. So if you believe something good is coming your way, something is inevitable, your brain starts noticing opportunities aligned with it. It begins to tolerate pain longer and begins to take risks with less hesitation. And other people will feel the same fears, they just obey it. So, if you believe something is impossible and you can't expect it, and therefore you shouldn't focus on, your brain will, take the easy way out. And most winners are not the most talented people sometimes. They're the ones who will figure things out later and act before they know everything and use failure as learning experiences. Objectively, they're usually wrong. Practically, they just keep moving. And they aren't positive because life is good. They're positive because negativity kills momentum. More doubt means less decisions made, more hesitation, less energy. And belief alone does nothing. But belief followed by action, followed by repetition, develops skills which reflect results. From the outside, it looks like they believed it into existence, where actually, as they worked long enough and hard enough, that they had no other choice but to see results. If a broke guy says, I'm destined to get rich, he's delusional. If a rich guy says that it's just reality, or he's a visionary. It's the same mindset, just a different scoreboard. It's not about lying to yourself. It's about, not giving doubt power over you. Successful people, they'll still feel fear, insecurity, uncertainty, but they don't treat that as truth. Treat your thoughts as tools, not truths. And most people will ask, is this true? Is this like really, what's going on? But, winners are going to ask themselves, is it even worth worrying about? Because if you fail, what if I fail, for example? That's possibly true, but it's not, useful to winning. I'll figure it out as I go, or I'll make a way to win. You're not guaranteeing anything, but it's more useful. You're not lying. You're choosing the tool that keeps you moving forward. And internally, you gotta be brutally self-honest. You gotta track mistakes and you gotta adjust your strategy. But externally, you gotta show that you're confident, calm, and you don't have any low self-esteem or low self-value in yourself. And hope can be the worst of all evils. Instead of, I hope this works, just realize if I stay consistent, this will work eventually. And confidence isn't magic, it's memory. Daily non-negotiables to yourself. It should be train even when you're tired, post even when the views are low, eat disciplined even when no one sees. Your brain will start saying he always does the work. So that identity becomes unshakable. Treat your training like, not like, let's see if this works, but it's just a matter of time before this works. And you don't train to look good or impress people. You train, that's just because what you have to do. Discipline logs the boring reps. Discipline walks and does long cardio and nobody cares. And discipline, fasts and stays abstinent because it aligns with, the anti-dopamine system. Your physique will be proof of the work, but not your self-worth. And, you always gotta detach from the herd mentality. The herd will always misunderstand you, straw man you, take you out of context. And you can evolve as a person, but not because, it's for other people, it's for you. So if you act like the outcome is inevitable while behaving like you're still unproven, you'll have no arrogance, no self-doubt, no paralysis, just execution.